The Zentari security checkpoint gleamed under artificial lighting, its crystalline walls pulsing with bioscanner frequencies. Jennifer stood motionless as the fourth wave of detection arrays swept over her body, her expression carefully neutral despite the warm, furry weight nestled against her chest. "Ambassador Hayes," the lead guard chittered, its mandibles clicking in what Jennifer had learned was suspicion. "Your biosignature reads unusual." "Does it?" Jennifer adjusted her oversized hoodie with practiced casualness. Inside the garment's kangaroo pocket, two tiny Crixian cubs, barely larger than Earth kittens, shifted in their sleep. Their combined body heat created a pleasant warmth against the space station's perpetual chill. The guard's compound eyes narrowed. "Standard protocol requires physical inspection." Jennifer's heart rate elevated slightly, but she'd prepared for this. "Of course, though I should mention, Ambassador Protocol grants diplomatic immunity from invasive searches without council oversight." It was a bluff. Technically accurate, but untested in situations involving unauthorized cargo. The Zentari hesitated. Behind it, 3 more guards positioned themselves strategically, their plasma rifles humming at low charge. Through the checkpoint's transparent aluminum viewing ports, Jennifer could see the docking bay where Alex waited with their shuttle, undoubtedly monitoring every second of this standoff through their neural link. "Jen, your cortisol levels are spiking," Alex's voice came through clearly via their cranial implants. "Remember the breathing exercises." "Easy for you to say," she sub-vocalized back. "You're not the one smuggling endangered alien infants past a militarized checkpoint. Technically, we prefer the term emergency relocation of threatened species." One of the cubs, she'd mentally named her whisper, made a tiny mewing sound. Jennifer coughed loudly, covering the noise. "Are you ill, Ambassador?" The guard stepped closer, its sensory antennae twitching. "Station air recyclers always irritate my throat," Jennifer said smoothly. "Human respiratory systems are sensitive to your atmospheric mixture. We adapt, but there are side effects." This was true. What she didn't mention was that the side effects primarily involved mild headaches, not spontaneous coughing. The guard consulted a holographic display hovering beside its thorax. Jennifer used the moment to assess her situation tactically. 6 guards total. Standard security configuration. The checkpoint had 4 exits, but only one led to the docking bay. Protocol dictated she maintain diplomatic decorum, but if they discovered the cubs, things would escalate rapidly. Crixian cubs were the most endangered species in 3-star systems. Their homeworld had been strip-mined by corporate cartels until the ecosystem collapsed. The Galactic Council had declared the remaining population, fewer than 200 individuals, protected assets. Protected, but not rescued. The Council moved slowly, bound by bureaucratic processes that would take decades, while the species faced extinction within years. Humans, Jennifer had learned during her 5 years in diplomatic service, didn't always wait for proper channels. "Your vessel manifest lists scientific samples," the guard continued. "Geological cores from Theta 9, yet our scanners detect complex organic compounds." "The cores contain fossilized organic material," Jennifer said. "Bacteria analogs from 3.2 billion years ago. Quite remarkable, actually. Would you like to review the peer-reviewed research proposal?" Nothing made bureaucrats lose interest faster than academic documentation. The guard's antennae drooped slightly, a sign of waning enthusiasm. "That won't be necessary. However, regulations require—" An alarm shrieked through the checkpoint. Every guard's attention snapped toward the eastern corridor where red emergency lighting pulsed in rapid sequence. "Pressure breach in Section 7 Delta," a mechanical voice announced. "All security personnel respond!" The lead guard's mandibles clicked in agitation. It fixed Jennifer with what she interpreted as a suspicious glare. "Don't move, Ambassador!" 4 guards rushed toward the emergency. The remaining 2 positioned themselves at angles, covering both Jennifer and the corridor. Professional, well-trained, but now divided. "Alex?" Jennifer sub-vocalized. "You're welcome." Though, for the record, creating a false emergency by hacking station systems violates approximately 47 Federation laws. Add it to the list. The guards' communication devices chirped with updates. Jennifer could see their posture shifting, the pull between duty at the checkpoint versus responding to the apparent crisis. Station protocols would demand maximum response to hull breaches. Lives trumped customs inspections. Inside her hoodie, both cubs stirred. Their sleep cycle was ending. In approximately 12 minutes, they'd wake fully and begin vocalizing. Crixian cubs were loud. "Ambassador Hayes," one of the remaining guards said, its voice strained. "We must ask you to wait in the holding area while—" "I understand completely," Jennifer interrupted, already moving toward the docking bay exit. "I'll return to my vessel and await clearance there. Much safer than remaining near a potential hull breach." "That's not—" "Thank you for your diligence." Jennifer walked with measured confidence toward the bay entrance, not too fast. Ambassadors didn't run, but she didn't dawdle either. The guards exchanged what she interpreted as confused looks. Their protocols were clear about detaining suspects, but equally clear about prioritizing structural emergencies. And she was, technically, a diplomatic representative with immunity. "Stop!" The guard raised its plasma rifle, not aimed, but ready. Jennifer paused, turning with practiced diplomatic serenity. "Is there a problem?" Before the guard could respond, the emergency alarm shifted to a different pattern. "Containment breach in Medical Bay. Biological hazard protocol initiated." "Alex, that's excessive. Go big or go home. Move." The guards bolted. Medical biological hazards superseded everything except imminent reactor failure. Within seconds, Jennifer stood alone in the checkpoint. She didn't wait for them to reconsider. She strode through the bay entrance, past the automated customs gate that Alex had conveniently unlocked, and into the vast chamber where their shuttle waited. Alex stood at the boarding ramp, their lean frame silhouetted against the ship's interior lighting. They grinned. "Cutting it close, Ambassador." "Your sense of timing needs work," Jennifer said, climbing aboard. The moment the airlock sealed, she unzipped her hoodie. 2 Crixian cubs tumbled into her hands, small furred creatures with 6 limbs and luminescent eyes that reflected like opals. They chirped sleepily, their prehensile tails wrapping around her fingers. "Meet Whisper and Storm," Jennifer said softly. Alex leaned in, their expression transforming from cocky pilot to genuine wonder. "They're beautiful. They're survivors." Jennifer settled into the co-pilot seat, cradling the cubs. "Like us." As the shuttle disengaged from the station, beginning its journey toward the human colony on Kepler 442b, where a fully equipped xenobiological conservation center waited, Jennifer watched the cubs nuzzle against each other. Regulations had been broken, laws had been bent, diplomatic credentials had been pushed to their absolute limits, but 2 more Crixian cubs would live to see adulthood, would contribute to genetic diversity, would have a chance. "Think they'll figure out it was us?" Alex asked, piloting them into FTL approach. Jennifer smiled. "Probably, but by then we'll have diplomatic immunity hearings for months. Bureaucracy works both ways." The cubs purred, a sound like distant thunder mixed with wind chimes. Jennifer held them close as stars began stretching into lines of light. Sometimes, she reflected, the most human thing you could do was refuse to let extinction happen on your watch, even if it meant smuggling hope itself past every checkpoint in the galaxy.